Greetings, friends, ladies and gentlemen, he, she, they, them, vafangula. It is I, Echo Craft. I am on my way to the coal mine, another late night. So much fun. Yes, working late at night. It's just so much fun. And, you know, this is what we do to make the money. Yes, sir. All right. So, last night I didn't feel like really talking much, and I just did a little midnight jam kind of thing, and I don't know if it was quite midnight yet, but, you know, you get the gist. If anybody saw it, you know, thank you for jumping in there and checking it out. I know some people did, and I appreciate that. Yeah, so, you know, I saw Synth Samurai's video this morning. I love the coffee shop videos, very cool. And, you know, I have to say, you know, Samurai is spot on when it comes to the demos that he does. He does do really good demos. You know, there was a guy, I don't know the guy's name. What is it? Is it Testy, Festi, Fitty, Fari, Fo, Fum? I don't know. He had the Malevolent, and he was basically, the Mantis. Was it the Mantis? Yeah, it was the Mantis. And he was playing the whole time. He played an organ patch. I don't get these guys. You know, it's like, why would you buy a synthesizer like that if all you're going to play is a fucking organ? I don't get it. You know, that's like back in the day, you know, I remember I did a review on Sonic State, and this is before Sonic State had, you know, a YouTube channel. This was just basically, people did reviews. I think my review is still up on that page for the Sonic Fismo, you know, and, you know, I did this review and you know, I had a Fismo. I wish I kept it because they're worth fucking thousands of dollars now. You know, it was an experimental keyboard. It was fun. It was kind of pretty, I guess. It was purple and blue and red. I don't know. Fismo. Sounds like a drink. I'll have a Fismo, please, with a shot of brandy. Could I get a Fismo on the rocks? I don't fucking know. Anyway, so, you know, I did this review, and, hold on, I gotta get into traffic here because here we go, all right. So I did this review on the Fismo, and, you know, I had some guy comment on it, and he's like, well, it doesn't do piano, and it doesn't play organ sounds, and it's not a very good keyboard. And I wrote back, and I was very nice back then. I said very nice things to people. I was nice. And I said, listen. It's a very Italian thing. Remember, I said, listen. I said, listen. If you want a piano sound, or you want an organ sound, or you want bells, you know, at that time, go buy an M1. Go buy a D50. Go buy something that, you know, buy a Kurzweil. You know, like, I just don't understand these people. And so there's got this guy doing the, you know, the Mantis, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of the Mantis. Okay. The Malevolent, it's kind of growing on me. All right. So I'm going to give the Mantis another chance because Hans Volt says that he played the Mantis at a Guitar Center or a store that near him, and he said it was freaking awesome. So, you know, I believe Hans. You know, I believe Samurai, but, you know, Hans actually played one. So, you know, let me get into this lane here because this guy is, there we go. All right. No road rage today, just, you know, pure relaxation. Nice truck. Anyway, so the guy played a half hour, well, a little bit more than that, right? It was longer than that. I don't know what the hell the guy's name is. Fetty, Testy, Testosterone, Testicles. I don't know what his name is. But he played an organ patch. And he's like tweaking the knobs. He's like, oh, well, let's add a little distortion to it. He added distortion to everything. And then there is a patch, there is a thing on there that it's selected. It's a preset called organ. He's like, oh, let's add some organ to this. And I went, isn't that what you've been playing? So he adds the organ. It sounds like a church organ now. And I'm like going, why? Why when you get a synthesizer like this that you want to play an organ on it? I don't understand. Demonstrate what it can do. Samurai did some crazy shit on his yesterday on the Malevolent. He made the thing talk. He did 2 videos. You know, he made some interesting sounds, some noises, some effects, he put it through, the Chromacon and a bunch of different effects. I think the Night Verb was one of them too, right? Like, show us what it can do. It's like the latest Muse demo I just saw from Moog, right? From Moog. It was some chick playing the Muse with like this electric piano sound, and I'm like, why? And I get it. Well, we want to make sure that the people who are gigging musicians know that they can play a piano sound on the Muse, and we want to make sure that. Most people that are gigging out, right? They're not going to buy a Muse, and if they do, they're going to have several other keyboards. They're not just going to have a Muse, right? I mean, I know. I used to play in a cover band. The guy had more than one keyboard, okay? And some dudes do have a keyboard, like one keyboard. It could be a montage or a motif or something that does a whole bunch of different things, right? That's what gigging musicians do, because they have to play a bunch of different songs, different sounds. The Muse isn't designed for that. It's a synthesizer. I don't get it. It's like, I don't know, man. From what I understand, the Mantis and the Malevolent are pretty gnarly sounding synthesizers. So show that off. Show what it can do. Let's see what it can do. It's just so weird. It's like, I don't know, man. I just don't get these people. They don't know how to show that stuff. Like, it's just frustrating, And all these, and believe me, it's like these synth mafia people. It's like, they sign the NDA, and they're like, oh, you just got to talk about it and show it off for 20 minutes, and we'll give you a free one, or we'll give you some coin for it, right? I'm wearing a Synth Mafia shirt today because I'm pissed. What else is new? I'm always pissed. I don't know, man. I don't get it. And Samurai's right. It's it's all this. He does great demos. He demoed the multi-poly, which was great. Did a great demo on that. He did a great demo on the Ambient Zero. He does great demos. Plus, I like the fact that he incorporates the demos into music. It just doesn't just sit there and anybody can sit there and go through patches. That's the other thing that these guys do. I'm going to go through every single patch there is. No. Well, I'm going to initialize a patch. I'm going to do an init patch. I'm going to show you it's a saw wave, it's a sawtooth, it's a square wave. I don't give a fuck. I know it can do that. That's what the synthesizer does. That's how you create sounds. And then they're like, I'm gonna start from scratch, and I'm gonna make a patch from scratch. And they make a patch from scratch, and it doesn't sound any good, really. Why? Because they really haven't gone in depth in it. You know, they're just doing it because they were told to make a demo, or they wouldn't get a free synth, or they wouldn't get paid their $300 in a free synth, or whatever the fuck goes on behind the mafia's closed doors, okay? I don't know. You know, I get tired sometimes. I really do. I get tired. I'm tired right now. My wife asked me, she says, don't you ever get tired? I am. I'm tired. I wear myself out. I rant too much. I swear too much. Oh. Anyway. I just got to bring up another thing, too. You know, a real nice guy, you know, Message Samurai. His name's Scott. And, you know, he came up with a shirt, a design for a shirt that he wants me to design so he can buy it. Scott, if you're out there, you're listening, bro, I appreciate it. It's very nice of you to do that. I'm going to be upfront with you, you know, not crazy about the design, dude. That's not my style. You know, he designed a Vafangul shirt. It's not my style. He has my face on it. I don't like stuff like that, you know, and I appreciate it. Very nice of you to attempt that. And, you know, if you want a Vafangul shirt, I've created one. You can go online and buy it. But, you know, I don't put my picture on shirts. Yeah, I don't do that. You know, that was nice of you, but no thanks. You know, and the lettering, and, you know, I have a brand, you know, I have a brand. I have my own font that I use. You know, I bought a font years ago. EchoCraft has a brand, and it is a brand. And so I appreciate the compliment, and I appreciate the attempt, but I'm going to have to say no. And thank you. Anyway, so I'm almost at the coal mine. Short drive today, no traffic, which is nice. It's a beautiful day. It's fucking hot as hell out here. Tomorrow, I guess it's supposed to get into like 103s, 104s. That's freaking Arizona weather. It's desert weather, but hey, you know, this is New England, man. I'd rather this weather than the snow and the rain. But it's pretty clear sky. Pretty nice out, you know. And I gotta go, you know, I gotta go to the coal mine. I'm gonna be inside, no windows, can't see outside. Probably have the AC cranked so high that my nipples will be hot. It's great. Yeah. Yeah, gotta make money. We're a slave to the system, as they say. So we gotta make money. I need money to live. I need money to buy things, you know, gas, food, puppy chow, my wife, my daughter, you know, my car, my mortgage, you know? Yeah. Anyway, so if anybody's out there that buys a Malevolent or a Mantis or a Messenger, because I got to tell you, the Messenger, what a great synthesizer. If you check out my jam last night, that was the basis of my jam last night. I just had this drone going with the Messenger, and then I kind of played it a little bit. Man, that synth can get gnarly, dirty, nasty, you know, and it can get very soft and quiet. That's what the one guy said about Samurai. He said, well, you know, I appreciate the gnarliness of that synthesizer, but the real challenge is to make it quiet and soft. No, that's not a challenge. Come on. Come on! Anyway, Moog Messenger, love it. Glad I got it. I got that because, you know, my multi-poly basically was not going to be here until the end of July. So I was like, you know what? Get me one of those. And he did. They had 4 of them in stock, so I snagged one, and I'm glad I did because it's killer. And last night, ladies and gents, he, she, they, them, vafangul, I didn't use any effects on it. That was dry, what you heard. And that synthesizer screams. No effects at all. Okay? That was just dry, coming right out of that messenger and kicking some serious ass. Look at this guy. He doesn't know where he's going. Good job. Yeah, just cross right the fuck over. What a fucking retard. Anyway, there's another one. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just going to, you know what? I'm going to weave in and out of traffic. Fucking retards. All right, listen, I'm here. Love you all. Remember what I always say? You know, I always say, stay frosty. You know, watch your six. Stay creative. God bless. And, you know, I always tell people, peace. We want peace. Peace in the world. Peace to you. Peace out.